Okay, hi everybody. I'm going to do a very quick cutting video because I've not done a video for a while, and I thought I've got something to cut so I can at least do that. I didn't film the making of anything for a while. I did film the making of some of the Halloween stuff, but it's kind of done and dusted now, so it's a bit late to upload those. But I'll try and upload this one as a quick sort of raw video. So this is Marshmallow Eggnog, and it's a larger batch than I've been making lately. These are for Christmas, so Christmas stock I need to make a lot more than usual because it sells really fast. So this one I've put on some stars. There's like little ones and larger ones, and the stars are in the snowdrift scent because I had some snowdrift sort of pieces from the end cuts left over, so I thought I'll use those on the top of this one to give it some decoration, and then that scent of marzipan is kind of on the top. So Marshmallow Eggnog is literally, that's it. It smells like marshmallow and eggnog. The colour's a bit funny in here today, so this is like a little bit more yellow than is coming out on film. It's quite a grey day, so the colour of the workshop inside and what comes up on this camera is a little bit out of sync. And this is just my phone camera again because it's the best one to film video with. I did buy a new lens which was supposed to be quite good for recording, but it just makes too much noise when it's trying to autofocus. And if I stick it on manual focus, then I keep blurring out, so it's, you know, well, the soap keeps blurring out, so it's no good. Okay, now this mould at the very end, I'm able to just trim off the very edge piece, like that. So I can use that, roll it up into soap balls or whatever. Okay, that's the soap cut into loaves. I'm just going to quickly cut a few of these on camera just so you can see it. I might be a bit hectic today, so I've got to go shopping in a minute to get food. So I've just popped in quickly to do this because it's Sunday and I was out yesterday with my mum, so I didn't have time to come in and cut this. So I just want to get this done. So these are taller than usual as well, so the bars will be slightly thinner so that they remain at about 5 ounces. It's a shame that colour's not coming up right, but might be able to go just out a smidge because it's a little bit lower than the previous batch. I used some of the batter from this one to make a batch of red soap. It's actually come out, I'll show you. I'm just about to unmould this. It's only a little piece of red just so I can cut out some stars for my Ebenezer soap. So here's the, see, now it's coming up orange. This is actually almost like a luminous red. Hold on a second. Okay, that might be a bit better. I've just wiped the lens. It's like, this looks like a tomato red, but it's actually like a really bright, like Santa red. I can't get it on this, I can't pick it up on this camera. But anyway, I just made a little slab like that so I can cut out stars tomorrow when I'm back in work on Monday. So, I'll just cut a few of these and then they'll be ready for planing off and finishing off tomorrow. This takes like such a long time, like you know, you don't realise, I don't mean you behind the camera, like watching this, I mean as a soap maker, you don't realise quite how long things take. Like even just cutting the soap and sort of preparing it ready to start curing, it's like, God, everything takes ages. It's only taken me 10 years to figure that out. There's one with a little star and a larger star. They're quite pretty bars. But yeah, everything takes like way longer than you anticipate. So even just cutting soap and trimming up soap and preparing soap takes like way longer than you think that it will, you know. And everything that I do in here takes way longer than I think it will. So when I'm preparing stuff for the week and I'm sort of making notes for myself for what I need to make and what I need to do and the orders I've got to pack, like I really, let's say I'm ambitious in what I put for my tasks for the week, for each day. I'm thinking, oh, I can pack orders in the morning, and then in the afternoon I can do this, and in the afternoon I can make this and make that, and actually it doesn't turn out that way at all. It just doesn't. Like, every minute of every day is taken up by something, and it always takes longer than you think. So I'm always behind. Pretty much always behind. If I get ahead of myself, I don't actually know what to do. So I usually work not in a state of panic, but I'm verging on the state of panic for not getting stuff finished and done as quickly as I would like. So it's not like a lovely little job where everything is so perfect and peaceful. So I meet people, like I had my hair cut the other day, and I had a new girl cut my hair. So she was asking, what do I do for a living? And I told her, and she said, oh God, that must be so nice. To be your own boss and to make soap, it must be so nice. And I thought, yeah, it's just only if I could make soap all day. That never happens unless, I've got the release coming up and it's like every soap needs to be made, but it's not as casual and relaxed as people think. Making soap is the nicest part for me, but it has turned into have to. It's like I said a few months back that I was going to try and play around a bit more this year than I have previously, because everything has become have to, and it gets a bit sort of stale, when you've got to make the same thing because everybody wants the same thing each release, like the same scent. I have actually done lots of new scents this year and not just stuck to the regular lines of stuff that I always do. But yes, when you've got to continue to just make the same thing each season, it can be a bit boring. So it's not all like it's cracked up to be, like any job really. I still love it. I still love the job and I still love what I do. But it's not as easy as one thinks. There's so much more you have to do, than just make soap. Well, a hell of a lot more than just make soap. Okay, so I've rambled that much that I've almost finished this whole entire batch. So I may as well just keep going and think of something else to talk about before I go to the supermarket for food. What was I thinking? Can't even think now. So Christmas production, well underway. This week will be probably more soap making. I've got to do peppermint hot cocoa, that's another favourite, and I was going to do lamp lighter, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that this year. I've got to see if I've got the fragrances. If I haven't, it won't be made. I am bringing back an old favourite called the One Maker, which people absolutely love. The One Maker. It's like a blend of sort of really nice earthy scents, and then it's got lavender and cedar and like a beeswax note. So it smells like, wow, it was inspired by Ollivander's wand shop in Harry Potter years ago. Like, we're going back maybe 4 or 5 years when I started to make it, or maybe even longer than that. But then the fragrance, one of the main components, there's like I think there's 4 fragrances, including some essential oils, in the blend. and the main fragrance component was discontinued. But it turns out I can get it. I just have to order it in a larger amount. So I have to buy like 2 kilos of the scent. So that's okay. So I've done that. I've ordered it in, but it takes about 3 to 4 weeks for it to arrive. So I just got to be patient. And then I can make one maker again. So that's cool. Okay, let's, where's my thing? Okay, sorry, just going to play in a couple of bars so you can see the finished product. So let's have the first one. What I do, actually that's a bit wonky, we'll have this second one in. So the planer, I think this was from, somebody's probably going to ask me, it's from Etsy. And it's just bamboo with a blade inside that's screwed in on the back. And it was cheap. So I got this one. I think it comes from Hong Kong. Okay, so I just plane off all the edges in the base. And sometimes when you've left your soap a day or two like this, which I'm going to actually, I'm just going to show you one, then when you plane it, the planed off pieces usually curl up by themselves. But the soap has to be harder, it can't just be freshly cut, it needs a day or two to sit, and I'll show you what I've got and what they do. So these are from previous batches of soap I've made, so they're like little scrolls. So that's what this planer does, and that's how you make them. You can, I've got tons in here, I've got loads and those festival bits and pieces, there's like, yeah, there's a lot in there. So these are good for sort of embeds, you know, you have to include the colour in your, well we do in the UK, we have to include every blooming bit that we use, so all the colours will have to be listed on the label, but they're good for little embeds. I mean, the perfume is the perfume, and there's so little of it in those that the allergen calculations don't really have to be done. Unless you're using tons and tons of them, then you can kind of work out the weight that you're putting in. So you would weigh your scrolls, so you can work out the percentage of them that are in your soap, and then you can work out the percentage of the fragrance that is in the soap. You see, it's not just making soap, it's all these little things you have to do so you can sort out your product file before you upload things to the EU portal. It's just ridiculous. It isn't ridiculous, it's needed, because there has to be some kind of a rule. Like everybody loves a rule. I don't. I like to break them. No, I don't. It's just, I don't like being told, you know, do this, do that, all the bloody time. It's enough to drive you around the bend. Anyway, that's what we have to do here. All these silly calculations, work out everything, upload to the portal. So you have to upload a product information file to the portal. You have to upload a picture of the label from this soap to the portal, and then a picture of this soap in its packaging to the portal. That's for every single product that you make. So it's a real bind. So you make the soap and then you spend about 2 hours doing paperwork for the soap, you know. Once you've done it once, you've done it. And these are all done because I've done these from previous years. They've all gone on there. But it's like when you first start out and you've got to do all of your soaps and all of your products and get them all on the portal. It's just, you know, you sort of think, is this worth it for the time that I've got on hand? And some people have given up because of the rules and regs that have come in, because it all changed a few years ago. It never used to be this difficult. The portal didn't exist, and you know, you had your assessments and that was that. But now it's like so over the top, and then there's all the candle regs. So now that I make wax melts, all those regulations changed as well. So you don't have to upload those to the portal, but you do have to keep a file, and you do have to list any allergens that may be harmful to people's skin or to aquatic life, along with any hazard statements or symbols. So if you're thinking about getting into bath and body products and candle making, I'm probably putting you off right now. It's really hard, you know. It's not just this lovely little job. Okay, I'm going to shut up and get on and leave these till tomorrow so that I can get some better pieces of soap up from underneath this thing and make some scrolls. So yeah, this is what I'll do, is also make balls. Same thing applies. If you're going to use soap balls from a different batch in your soap, then you'll have to do a calculation based on the weight of the balls that you're putting in and the fragrance percentage and the colour percent. Yeah, it's one of those. Okay, I will see you soon. Bye.